This is not really a story about laziness. It is a story about reward, friction, attention, and what your environment keeps making easier. You say you want the future, to study, to build something, to change your life. But in the moment, the phone keeps feeling easier. The phone offers a reward now. The future offers a reward later. That timing difference changes behavior. So the first thing to understand is this. Your behavior is not explained only by character. It is also shaped by how rewards and cues are arranged. The phone wins because it combines 4 advantages at once: immediacy, variety, low friction, and endless cues. Behavioral economics has long shown that humans heavily discount delayed rewards. A smaller reward now often beats a bigger reward later. Part of the phone's pull comes from not knowing exactly what comes next. A message, a reel, a notification, a surprise. Variable rewards are sticky. The phone usually asks for one step. Your future goal often asks for many. Choose the task, clear the table, open the notes, tolerate discomfort, and keep going. Unlike many meaningful goals, the phone is always close. It sits in your pocket, on your desk, beside your bed. The queue is nearly continuous. Adrian Ward and colleagues found that even the mere presence of a smartphone can reduce available cognitive capacity, especially when the phone is nearby. You can think of the phone as silently using up a part of your attention, even when you are not interacting with it. Another study by Stahan and colleagues showed that smartphone notifications can significantly disrupt ongoing attention, even when the message is not answered. A review by Wilmer, Sherman, and Chain concluded that habitual smartphone use is associated with attentional difficulties and related cognitive effects. Your future goal loses not because it matters less, but because it is ambiguous, delayed, effortful, and less visible in the present moment. The future does not ping you. It does not glow. It often arrives as an idea, a rank, a result, a healthier body, a calmer mind. But ideas do not compete well with live cues. Before meaningful work begins, you often have to decide what to do, overcome uncertainty, and enter a state of concentration. The phone asks almost nothing from you. When you study for 10 minutes, the future may not reward you immediately. That makes repetition harder unless you build your own visible cues and reward. So the loop becomes simple. Cue appears. Phone is near. Reward comes quickly. The loop repeats. Meanwhile, your future goal remains delayed and effortful. Once you see the mechanism clearly, the question changes. It is no longer, why am I weak? It becomes, how do I redesign the environment? The solution has 2 halves. Make the phone slightly harder. Make the future dramatically easier. First, increase the friction of the phone. The goal is not to destroy the phone. The goal is to stop it from being the easiest available action. Simple examples. Keep the phone in another room. Log out of the most compulsive app. Turn off non-essential notifications. Use grayscale. Or create a charging station away from your work zone. Second, reduce the friction of the future. If the phone takes one step, your goal also needs a visible first step. Examples. Keep the book open, keep the notes ready, decide the first question in advance, prepare the desk earlier, and reduce the first work block to 5 or 10 minutes. Third, give the future a cue. Do not wait for a general desire. Attach the task to a recurring moment. Peter Gollwitzer and Pascal Sheeran showed that if-then plans improve goal achievement. This is exactly what you need when you tend to drift toward the phone. A better plan is not I will study more. It is, after evening tea, I will place my phone outside the room and revise 10 questions for 10 minutes. Fourth, make the first unit visibly small. Your brain resists the giant version. It resists much less when the first step is concrete and limited. 5 minutes is often enough to begin, and once you begin, continuing becomes easier than starting from zero. Fifth, protect the work block from notifications. The future cannot compete fairly if the phone keeps entering the room. When attention jumps, part of the mind often stays with the previous stimulus. That is why frequent checking keeps work shallow and fragmented. Sixth, create scheduled phone windows instead of constant access. That way the phone still exists, but not as the default response to every moment of difficulty. Seventh, give the future a visible reward. Track completions, mark the page, tick the box, or end with a clear sense of completion. If you only fight the phone, the process feels like deprivation. It is better to replace the loop, cue, then a small future-oriented action, then a visible completion. The new loop is simple. Cue, work block, completion. It has to be clear enough that the mind can follow it without endless negotiation. The urge to check your phone does not mean the urge must be obeyed. Often it is just the mind asking for easier stimulation. A simple rule can help: no phone during the first focus block. This is specific, bounded, and easier to follow than vague digital discipline. And when you fail, do not turn one checking episode into a lost day. Return at the next cue. Recovery is part of the system. The phone is not stronger because it is more meaningful. It is stronger because it is better designed for your immediate mind. In Indian philosophical language, you might say the mind is easily pulled by what is immediately attractive. Practice matters because attention must be trained, not merely wished into place. So your protocol can be short and clear. Phone away, cue fixed, first task ready, 5 minutes, mark done. Now make it concrete. After I blank, I put my phone blank, and I will blank for blank minutes. So ask yourself honestly, is the future difficult because it is impossible, or because you keep making the phone easier than the future? Your future does not need more admiration. It needs a system that gives it a fair chance in the present. This video combines behavioral economics, smartphone attention research, a meta-analytic planning finding, and one clearly labeled philosophical reflection.